Hey there, everyone. It's Heidi Walker here, and I'm the co-author of Inspiring Global Entrepreneurs together with Megan Peterson Fenn. And today we have the pleasure of introducing Michael Miello. Michael is the entrepreneur behind Webodew. And his mission, not only in his business but also in his life, is bringing energy to everything that he does, but especially he brings energy to the web. And we wanted to speak to Michael today because we were so impressed by the interview that he sent us for our website. He talked to us about his work with a mastermind group in Amsterdam that has really helped his business. So we want to ask him about that and find out more. And we're also going to start with finding out about how Michael made a transition from his original dream of international travel, which was to be an international baseball player in Italy, to now being a web entrepreneur based in the Netherlands. So welcome, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. I can already tell we've got lots of energy in the room, so this is fantastic. So, Michael, tell me about having one dream, which you were pursuing in earnest, about going to play international baseball in Italy, and how you actually then changed things up when that did not work out according to plan.
Okay, so just a little background. Basically, I played baseball for Duke University, and then during that time, I ended up going. I ended up traveling a little bit. I did some volunteer work, and I got exposed to traveling, and I really liked it. And then I was able to find out that there's someone who was playing baseball in Italy, an American over in Italy playing baseball. So I connected with him and figured out what to do to get a tryout. Then I got a tryout. And then that opened up the opportunity to play baseball. Now, what ended up happening was I wasn't able to get the right papers to be able to play there officially. So I ended up looking for other stuff. And for me, it turned out, at that time, I wasn't sure exactly what I want to do with my life. I was suggested to go just continue education. And so I ended up going to France and just studying over there.
Cool, wonderful. So, go ahead.
Yeah, basically for me, trying to think of like what inspired me, or I didn't really know what I wanted to do then, but it was kind of that thing, just try to get some more education and you'll figure it out along the way. And for me back then, learning languages, getting exposed to other cultures and stuff like that, that was kind of fun. So I wanted to see just what would happen, and I had the support of my family, so I gave that a try, and yeah, it was good.
Wonderful. Well, it's interesting you raised that because I was just at my alma mater. Megan and I went to the same college, and it's called Randolph College in Lynchburg, Virginia. And there was a panel of students, and they had done international programs in their junior year, and then they were telling us about that and what they want to do next. And all of them were like, "We want to go back to Europe. How do we get back to Europe?" So I was like, "Oh, here, read how Megan and I did it." So we know that there's this time in our lives, especially that college time, can be such an important time for actually getting that first travel experience. But I love how you knew that you didn't know exactly how you were going to do it, but you knew that you wanted to be abroad in some way, shape, or form, and that the first opportunity didn't work out, but you tried again, and studying was that option that allowed you and enabled you to stay there. So tell me, how did you then make the transition from studying to actually then being an entrepreneur?
Oh, okay. So eventually I ended up getting 2 master's degrees last year. Pretty bad. No.
Excellent.
During that whole process, I was actually, I was blogging with my family back home. So I learned a little bit of how to do stuff on the web. And it got to the point where friends started asking me, "Hey, I want to create a blog. Can you show me how to do that?" And then I ended up taking a job with the World Health Organization that asked me to be a web admin for one of their projects in Africa.
Wow.
So it's like slowly I was learning these web skills along the way, and it was that was like sort of a job. That was my first kind of freelance job. And so for me, I kind of always had this thing. Hey, I know how to do some stuff with the web, with the internet. So let's just keep that in my back pocket. As time goes on, when I eventually come to Amsterdam, I ended up taking a position where I'm helping Dutch companies go to America. So I was doing business development there.
Wow.
And during that process, the owner, the business owner, was asking me, "Can you help us out with social media? Can you do these things, these little things on the web?" So for me, I think the transition happened about 3 years ago in my mind. Let's say the mindset where I said, you know what, some of this stuff, maybe I can do it on my own. Maybe I can provide a service that's unique and maybe own my own company. So that's basically what, 3 years ago, I kind of had that vision in my mind, spoke with some people, and they said, yeah, why don't you go after it? Maybe now is a good time. Better now than later. So I kind of just did it like that.
Really cool. Megan and I have been talking a lot recently about that set shift that really is so important. And I think it really is what sets successful entrepreneurs apart from maybe people who just have the idea and aren't able to really take it forward. That the only difference really is a mindset shift and just beginning to grow into the idea and the thought of, oh, I can be an entrepreneur too.
Yeah. And so like one of the things with baseball is that you can be a failure. Like you can fail more than you succeed, and you're still considered an all-star.
Yeah.
And so like if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're an all-star. And
yeah,
so like for me,
I love that.
I think when it comes to like the difference between wanting to do your own business and doing it, there's that fear, like, well, I'm gonna fail. I think for me it was a little bit easier. I just needed to kind of get my mindset ready where I could think, you know what, if things don't work out, well, I could still go back. I could still try to find a job, or I could still try to do something else. So it's not like this decision, you decide whether to jump off the cliff and, hope that something will turn out of it. I didn't see it like that. I kind of saw it as, let's give it a shot. It's kind of like applying to a new job, except it's my own job.
Yes.
And let's see what happens. And if it doesn't work, then I go apply for another job. So
I love it. I love that. All-star. I'm going to write that down. I'm an all-star. Oh, it's great. It's actually is a really lovely vision to have and a nice mantra. I'm always looking for those. What are those little couple of words that you can say to yourself to just keep you on that track, So tell me then about one of the things that you had mentioned in the interview we posted online was about getting connected with a mastermind group there in the Netherlands where you are locally. And one of the areas of focus for Megan and I in the next couple of months is leading up to Global Entrepreneurship Week at the end of November. And their theme for 2014 is Get Connected. And over the last month of September, I've been just reaching out and branching out and getting connected to different local networks. And I am flabbergasted by all of the new connections I've made and the difference it is making to my business trajectory. And it really resonated with me when you talked about your mastermind group that you're involved in. So tell me about what was the difference that getting connected via that mastermind group, what difference did that have for you?
Yeah, so I'd say it's huge in the sense that strategic, more thinking of your vision and trying to implement that stuff that I couldn't get from my friends or people that don't have experiences and entrepreneurial experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So just to give an example, business is not something overnight that you just succeed. So some people in my group are people who are business owners of 10, they've been in business for 10 years. They've been growing things. So I'm in my second year. So a lot of stuff that I've gone through, they've already been there, and they know what to expect next. And so they can give certain advice that I just can't get from my friends. There's ideas of, how to take what you currently have and how you should look for your next few steps. I just didn't have that. So for me, mastermind groups have been amazing in the sense, when I say mastermind groups, it's just more connecting with the people that have a great, either have experience or they're just really, I find them smart.
Yes, yeah.
And what's nice, I think what's one thing, the way I did that was basically just using the internet and connecting with people where I saw that they're doing something that I like, and just going after them and just asking a simple question, can I talk to you? And that kind of opened up a lot of doors for me. And the simple example is one of my friends who's in Korea, awesome at presentations, and I mean, he's a presentation coach. He does really good stuff. He gave a product review about something that I saw on YouTube, and I just thought, hey, that's great. I'm going to contact you because I was really impressed how you spoke. And that was about 2 years ago, and we've been talking ever since.
Wow.
To now the point where we're trying to bring our skills together, and through a mastermind group of thinking of like how can we take, how can I develop my skills better for my clients, same with him, and also how can we combine them to kind of create a even better offer. So.
I love that. It's such a great tip because I think sometimes we are reticent to actually reach out and ask somebody for help. But when you do it in a way that is saying, hey, I really like what you're doing. You are really good at what you do. Can I talk to you about it? Who can say no to that? I mean, everyone would like to hear that positive feedback,
Yeah. And for me, like, here's one of the simple things is with Seth Godin. I don't know if you know him.
Yes.
A lot of people do who are in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So, a little thing. He's a celebrity, and I wrote him an email, and I asked him questions related to my, at the time I was considering to do a PhD, and he actually wrote back to me.
Wow.
And I just wasn't thinking that. So, I mean, like that. I mean, thinking about people that are invincible, I don't think so. I think it's more of, you just be persistent and, you connect with who you want to connect with, and you can make it happen. So.
Absolutely. No, well, I absolutely love that. And the mastermind group is one thing we talk about in Inspiring Global Entrepreneurs. In our Get Connected section, we actually say, getting connected, whether it's a mastermind group, whether it's a co-working situation, whatever, whether it's a networking group, find that group that gives you energy and that you can also provide insight and help to. So it's not just about what you're going to get from it, but it's also about what you give to others. There'll be some new entrepreneur who comes along and is like, oh, hey, I can do this because look, there's Michael and he's been doing this for 2 years and I'm just starting out, and so you give something that feeds everybody else that's there as well. So Megan and I are just all about that type of collaboration, and we love it when we meet other people who are as well.
Yeah. And just to go with that, always thinking that, they're giving this idea of like, they're giving you a favor. I think that it's not really the case. When I've reached out to people, what I found is that even if they have more experience than me, they come back to me and they say, well, you actually have it's kind of like fresh ideas because, you haven't been in this game for so long. And, so it's kind of like you can also provide value to other people. And so I think if you put that in your mind, as far as trying to meet with, connect with right people, I think it's very possible.
Definitely. Absolutely. Well, like I said, we are all about getting connected, and so are you. So we're all on the right path for celebrating Global Entrepreneurship Week in November. And you can follow Michael and learn more about what he is doing at his website, which is, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, it's webodew.com. Webodew, which is so cute. I love it because it's basically web and then the reflection of web, Webodew, Webodew, which is so cute and so clever. And his tagline is that he brings energy to the web. And again, I love that. And if anyone's looking for great, inspiring taglines, that is one as far as I'm concerned. So take a note out of Michael's book. And you can also follow him on Facebook and Twitter. Are you on Twitter as well?
Yes, MC Miello.
Okay.
So that is my...
Your handle.
My handle.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you can also take a look at our monthly interviews with expat entrepreneurs on our website, which is expatsinbiz.com, and our Facebook page, Expats in Biz. If you'd like to be featured in a future interview, then please just drop Megan and I an email, and all of our details are on that website. Michael, thank you so much for spending your afternoon and my morning with us. And we really look forward to seeing all of the energy that you will continue to bring, not only to your business, but to all other areas of your life. And you truly are an all-star. And thank you. That is going to be, I'm going to be tweeting that next. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm an all-star.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. This is a great opportunity.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you.